Hi, it's Linda from the Bubble and Sweet blog, and today I'm going to show you how to make this pretty marshmallow and macaron tower. It's kind of cute. I've made it using shop-bought marshmallows and some macarons I made myself. Don't worry if you don't have any macarons. You can use all marshmallows if you like in a couple of different colours, or you could just make up some meringues. Or I was thinking strawberries would be a great thing to add instead of the macarons as well. So I'm going to show you the basics of how to make it, and then you can just add whatever you like to come up with your own cute little tower. The equipment and ingredients you need are a styrofoam cone, and this one is about 10 centimetres by 25 centimetres or 4 inches by 10 inches. And I need some macarons, and I have them in a smaller size and a medium size, and I've got the recipe below. And I've got these purple marshmallows that I bought from the store. And I'm also going to use some sugar flowers to decorate, and I've got the recipe linked down below. And I need some fondant. I've coloured this fondant pink, and I'm going to knead it just to make it more pliable. And then I'm going to roll it out. So it's kind of cool here at the moment, so the fondant's a bit hard. That's just corn flour or cornstarch I've dusted with, and I'm going to use a big rolling pin. And you might notice that this rolling pin is a lot bigger than the one that I normally use for rolling out cookies. I use different rolling pins for different purposes. Normally when I roll out fondant, I try to roll it out in a round shape, but because I'm covering a cone here, I'm going to try and make it into a bit more of a cone shape. So I'm just going to put the cone down and roll it around to see if it's big enough, but it's not quite big enough yet. So I just need to keep on rolling. Okay, that looks about right. Now I've just got some regular water here that I'm going to use a clean brush and brush the water onto the styrofoam cone. If you like, you can use edible glue, but I find the water works just fine. Now I'm a bit off screen there, but I've just popped it onto the fondant and I'm holding it in place, pressing as I go, and rolling it up until it meets at the back. And I'm just going to get a knife and cut along where it joins. I'll be able to even that up at the back. And just using that same knife, I'm trimming along the bottom to remove any excess fondant. I'm just folding that bit under because that's actually going to adhere the styrofoam cone to my little stand here. If I had fondant smoothers, I'd just rub them along to make sure that it was a bit smoother. But that's ready for me to start decorating now. To decorate with the macarons, I'm going to use toothpicks, and I'm going to pop the toothpicks into the styrofoam cone. So you've got to start straight away before the fondant gets really hard. And I only want half the toothpick for most of them. I just cut them in half with scissors. And I'm just going to work out where I want to put it. So I want my first row to go in a downward spiral. If I put it down straight, it's not going to have the same look. So I'm just going to draw some lines in place with the toothpick. You won't be able to see them once it's finished, but it just is a bit of a guide for me. And I've got my smaller macarons here. And starting at the top, I'm just going to pop the toothpick in. And press the macaron in place. So I like to press the toothpick into the ganache filling in the macaron. I find it holds it more securely there. And I'm just going to continue to work my way down, pressing it in place. It's a bit tricky for me when I can't see the front. Okay, I've finished off the whole row now, and you can see how it swirls nicely down from the top to the bottom, and I've popped that extra long toothpick in the top, which is where I'm going to finish off and put my final macaron when the whole tail is finished. I'm just going to grab the marshmallows and pop them out because I want to put a layer of marshmallows on either side of those smaller macarons. So it's just the same technique I used before, where I push the toothpick in place and press the marshmallow in. And just work your way down next to those macarons, and you can see how it's important that you place that first row really neatly and nicely, because that's just going to be your guide for where you put everything else from now on. Now, if you can't find marshmallows like this at the store, you can always make your own marshmallows and just pipe them into round shapes and pull them up, and they'll give you the same puff look as these marshmallows. Or you could use all macarons, or you could use meringues if you like as well. So you can see now I've put 2 layers of marshmallows up, and it's starting to look pretty good. Now I want to put some more macarons on. These macarons are actually larger than the other ones. Now I made them myself, so I just piped them as big as I want. And I'm going to start at the bottom this time and work my way up. And I'm putting them on flat instead of sideways. And just gently press them in place. You need to be careful with macarons because they've got quite a soft shell. So it might look like I'm pressing it quite hard, but I'm actually being really, really gentle, because otherwise the whole thing will collapse. And just keep on working your way up. Now I've finished now. I've put the layer of macarons on and worked my way up. And at the back I've just added as many macarons and marshmallows as I can. So just take one final macaron, and remember I put that full toothpick in the top, and I'm just pressing one macaron in place. I'll just move it up so you can see there, and just twist it around until it looks like it's in the right spot. And I think I can just add another little marshmallow there. So like I said, I'll just fill in those spots with extra marshmallows and macarons. Okay, and it looks pretty good, and you could serve it just as it is, but I haven't finished yet. I'm going to stick on some sugar flowers because I like to add sugar flowers to pretty much everything. I'm just attaching ones that I've made ahead of time with some royal icing, and I have a link down below to a YouTube video where I show how easy it is to make your own sugar flowers, or you can use shop-bought ones if you like. And see, I'm just trying to work out where it looks best. If you've got any gaps or holes that you want to cover, you can just stick them in there. And you could even use real flowers if you wanted to, if they were non-toxic flowers and pesticide free, and they'd look great as well. Or I guess you could use candy as well. That would look really cute. I can't help myself, I'm just sticking more on. And there you have it, a cute marshmallow and macaron tower, and it's pretty easy to make and it looks completely fabulous. Hi, so at the start of the tutorial I mentioned that if you didn't have macarons handy you can use other stuff. So just to show you that, what I did is I took a layer of those macarons away and I've popped some strawberries in place. So you can see there that it still looks really good. It's kind of healthy now, which is a bonus. Okay, so you can see here that I've removed a layer of macarons from that tower that I made earlier, just those small sideways macarons. And I'm taking some strawberries that I've washed and dried ahead of time and cutting off the leafy tops of them and just pressing them onto the toothpicks that I already had there in place. So I'm just working my way up with the pointy edge pointing upwards. And because the strawberries are going to be the focus of the tower again at the front, just make sure that that line is really even and looks good. Because I'm using toothpicks that are already there, this one's not quite in the right place, so I'm just going to pop an extra toothpick in there. And just continue working your way up until you reach the top. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.